Peace, family. Bliss rising. I'm tapping in this morning. Just wanted to talk about some things that I have been having trouble with lately, and some things that I have recognized about myself. Um, I notice like 99% out of the time I'm in a really, really good space. I'm, I have peace within my mind. I'm, usually in a pretty great mood, but I find myself hiding that lately. Um, I've noticed like when I be around people or I meet people who are going through different whatever trials or tribulations within their life, I find myself not feeling guilty for being happy or not really wanting to share my joy because they have so much turmoil or are going through so much within their life. So instead of sharing my joy, I'll listen and then sort of kind of try to have common ground with the person, so a person can be like, oh, I'm going through this mentally, I'm feeling depressed emotionally, and me, instead of being who I am, still staying in the happy and peaceful space that I'm at, I will, oh, I understand, I be feeling that too, or oh, I understand because I go through that too, or I'll start telling them a story of a time where I felt that and I go through that. And so I'm gonna tell you something, we got to be really, really careful with that, because that's almost like trauma bonding. Because why wouldn't my first mind be to uh, um, um, give the person advice on how to counteract that depression, or counteract those negative feelings, to get that person to a place that I'm at. Instead of bringing that person into my world, into my happiness, into my peace, I find myself going into their world, into their depression, into their chaos, into and it's not conscious. It's just uh you create an accord. But I believe that that's a form of trauma bonding, and I've been watching that lately, because I shouldn't feel guilty for being happy. Like, no matter what nobody has going on around me, my happiness, I should never ever ever feel guilty for. And then I'm learning and checking myself, because even in the midst of people going through what they're going through, I could bring positive energy and positive vibrations into that moment, into that space, that could maybe help them throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout the month. I'm gonna stop with the trauma bonding, and I'm also gonna stop with the comparative stories or the common stories, meaning how we get around people, we get to talking and we get to meeting and conversing and sharing our lives. We always have a common story. Oh, I went through such and such too. Oh, I did. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because I don't live there no more. We constantly are bringing up, especially negative stories from our past, or negative things that have happened to us, in order to have common ground with the person. You are actually recreating that energy, and you are actually re-inviting that energy in. So you sort of go into a cycle, a repetitive cycle of the same freaking energy, because you are regurgitating that energy. You are speaking on all your past fucking stories with your terrible relationships, your terrible friendships, your terrible jobs. You are recreating that. You are recreating that energy for yourself. You have to stop speaking on things that we don't want, or things that we don't like. It's okay when you meet people to, tell them some things about you, or tell them your life story, but that's it. And I've gotten to the point, y'all, I don't even want to do that. I don't want to speak on my past, because I don't live there anymore. And I don't want to keep inviting that same energy to me. So when I do speak on my past now, I'll speak on the growth, the evolvement, and the positive things of that have happened, and all the traumatic events. I'm going to put in a book. I'm gonna put all that shit in a book, and then I'm gonna be done with it. Though those stories or those words won't continue to uh, come out my mouth. So life lessons for me this week is stop trauma bonding with people because you don't have to. Even in the midst of other people's trauma, you could be the light. If you know you're not in that energy, don't go there. I don't care what nobody going through. Don't meet them there. Have people meet you on your level. Have people meet you in your state of happiness. Don't meet them in their depression. You can be there for them, but do not meet them there. Change the narrative, change the conversation, and you can maybe help change the vibration of the person that you're talking to. But be careful with them fucking trauma bonding stories, y'all. Peace, family.